The young people are fed up and took to the streets of New York to say it's time for adults not only to acknowledge climate change, but instead to do something about it. You're only 17 years old. Why is it important for you to be here today?
This whole movement is youth-led. We're the ones who are going to be affected the most by climate change because we have the longest time ahead of us. And we're the ones who, by traditional means, don't have much political power. Actions like this show that we have a voice in our futures.
Here I've written 0 hour in red lipstick. It means that this is really like 0 hour, like no more time left to act on climate change because people around the world are already being affected.
They are taking their message straight to older people in positions of power, like at this climate strike in Washington, D.C. But in America, New York is the focal point. On Thursday, a giant melting glacier was projected on the side of the United Nations headquarters, as well as words scrolled down the side demanding action on climate change. World leaders are gathering at the UN next week for the annual General Assembly. But it was the noise on the streets Friday meant to make those world leaders take notice. Easily hundreds of thousands of people demonstrating through the streets of New York City right now, mostly young people. This is happening in over 1,000 different cities throughout the United States, but not only here, globally as well. Across the Pacific Islands, many of which are already experiencing the impact of rising sea levels, a pledge to fight climate change. There are protests in Australia, where several 100,000 people skipped school, college, or work to take part. And in India, more demonstrations, and a groundswell of global angst and passion for action also seen in South Africa. All told, demonstrations in more than 150 countries. Even experienced activists say they are learning from the youth.
I have to say they can communicate much better than many of us. They have creativity, innovation, and the way they have energized the numbers of young people that are coming. Every country I've been at in the last 6 months, I've been so inspired.
They're now saying it's no longer a matter of trying to bring attention to climate change, but rather what to do about it. Gabriel Elizondo, Al Jazeera, New York.